Well, hello, and welcome to Cozy Couch Corner for another episode of Tea and Tarot. Cheers. It's probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and it's pretty dark already. But then it's been one of those days. It's windy, it's wet, it's dark. Had a bit of sunshine earlier, which was nice. That always perks me up. But generally, it's what I call hibernation weather. It's when, I don't go out really anyway, but I definitely don't want to go out in this, and I don't have to, which is great. But I just want to sort of curl up on the sofa and snuggle with snuggly things, snuggly blankets and whatever, and warm drinks and chocolate, and not really do anything. I've managed to do the laundry today, but I had a list of things to do. Got a big to-do list. Done some of them. Laundry, got the laundry out, got the laundry hung up, got the dehumidifier on it, so it's partially dried. Excuse me. And I usually give it time for the water to evaporate a bit into the air, and then I'll do the dehumidifier later or tomorrow, which is the only way really I can dry washing inside without making the house damp. The dehumidifier was one of the best things I got. I had no idea that the outside humidity levels were so high, because I never really looked at them and I've never really thought about it, because I think indoors you're supposed to have a percentage between 40 and 50. It might be between 40 and 60 actually. I can't remember. I usually try and keep it sort of 40 to 50-ish. But outside it's been 90, in the 80s. In the 80s quite a lot. And occasionally, good is in the 70s. So, yay. I had a lot of damp problems before, and I didn't quite understand why. And also there's no extractor fan in my bathroom, so if you have a shower and you steam it up, it's got nowhere to go. If it's not dry and you don't open the window, there's no point opening the window when the humidity is more outside than it is inside. So I started off with lots of little dehumidifier pots, but when I had my roof leak, I got a dehumidifier to dry everything out. So that's been incredibly useful. It's got a huge water tank on it, but if it got full I couldn't lift it, so I have to keep an eye on it. It's like, oh, the dehumidifier is half full, I better empty it now. Ooh, as it wobbles to the bathroom to empty it out. Ooh, yes, I needed my cup of tea. I surprisingly saw the sparrows playing around earlier, right sort of early this morning, before it even sort of was properly daylight. But I don't think it was raining then. And they were dotting around. Maybe they knew it was going to rain and they were getting out early. I don't know. Better do the tarot. Right. So, what message do you have for us, or what do we need to know? Tuesday, the 2nd of December, 2025, please. Okay, are we having it that way up? Having it reversed. Okay. This sort of came out half yesterday. We've got the 8 of coins reversed. Are we having this one? No. Okay, what about... Are we having any of those? Are we having the bottom one, middle one, top one? Are we having that upright? Are we having it upright? Are we having it reversed? The devil reversed. Are we having this one? Okay, I kind of feel like we're missing something. Do I need any? I don't need any other cards. Okay, I feel like we're missing something. But I'm sure it will all become clear. I feel we're missing something because I know how I read these. And it's like, but then what do we get at the end of it? So, 8 of coins reversed. 8 of coins, I'm getting sacrifice, and it's reversed because hopefully we're working through, we're aware we're working through giving too much of ourselves. For some people it's coins, some people it's, I mean, I knew people that if you said to somebody, oh, I like your boots, they'll give you your boot. They'll give you their boots. And it's like somebody says, oh, I like necklace, they'll give them the neck. It's like, and they weren't rich. And it's like, some people just give too much. Sometimes it's practical things, it's physical things, sometimes it's money. People, I mean, we call them a soft touch, but they're not the ones at fault generally, although if you're aware of it, you can do something about it. You can put up boundaries to stop people. But there are takers in this world that will just keep on taking and taking and taking. And some people have been brought up to be very giving and very nice and very kind and very generous, but they're not taught boundaries. If you taught that, I mean, it's all right teaching people to be kind, isn't it? Or teaching people to be generous or anything, but you have to teach them boundaries as well, because otherwise they can't look after themselves properly, they can't protect themselves, because there's a lot of takers and they will just take and take and take and take and take. And I've seen it from both sides. Yeah, and we could be in relationships like that, but it'd also be, I've seen people, especially with mental health issues and trauma survivor groups, where they see the adverts on TV and they feel desperately upset by all the stuff that's going on, and they want to give money to all the charities, but they can't afford to. Well, those charity adverts, at least in the UK, are written by advertising agencies using psychologists, and they're specifically designed to manipulate you, to manipulate your emotions so that you give them money. So that's why we need good boundaries. Very difficult when you're in the midst of trauma recovery or serious mental health problems, to be able to think clearly enough to do that. But it's not just money and practical things, is it? It's our time and energy and our attention. And I mean, I've heard in a few different places recently, so it must be a thing, that people saying that our attention is more valuable than money, which is interesting. But what are we, I think this follows on from something I said yesterday, but it might have been before the reading, about where are we giving our time and attention, and is it warranted, and is it uplifting, and is it healthy? How much time and attention are we putting on things? And a lot of us might already have worked on that. We might be working on it. And I think, to be honest, it's an ongoing thing, isn't it? I find that it's an ongoing thing because I still get caught up. I can go on Facebook, and if I'm not careful, that can bring me down more than Instagram. And I can't tell you why. I try to be a bit more choosy about who I follow and what I look at. But I can come off Facebook and be really depressed, and I'm not doom scrolling. I'm trying to avoid all that. But there must be stuff creeping in somewhere along the line. So it's good to audit ourselves. It's good to audit where are we spending our time, our attention, and our money. And is it for our highest good? Is it helping us? Is it lifting us up? Is it positive? Is it positive experience? Is it anywhere in life where we're resentful, especially when we're doing things for other people? Resentment usually means that we should have said no or put up some kind of a boundary. And the devil card reversed. That's things that are keeping us trapped, things that are holding on to us, things that are weighing us down. I mean, I've got tiredness down, but and I'm getting a big nod from weighing us down. What's weighing us down? And that can be anything in any sphere. No, I can't say it properly. I've just realised sphere in any area. What's weighing us down? And it's looking at, like I said, I noticed that when I come off Facebook sometimes I feel quite depressed, even though I'm not looking at the things that should depress me necessarily. I mean, I probably haven't pinpointed exactly what it is, but there are things in our life that are weighing us down. There are things in this life that are stealing our joy. Sometimes, and I can say this from my past, there are people that deliberately steal your joy. There are people that don't want you to be happy in this world. There are people that will ruin a celebration, especially your celebration. Christmas is coming. Now, I think it's bigger in the UK than it is. It seems to be that in America, Thanksgiving seems to be really big. And I think you've done Thanksgiving. I'm not sure. And that's a really iffy... Yeah, I'm not going to go into the politics of it, but if you're an Indigenous person, then Thanksgiving is not a happy thing, is it? But if you're in the UK, Christmas is bigger, and that's usually when families get together. I remember Christmases as a kid. My dad always sulked. In fact, I don't know how many Christmases he's just stopped being there, and he was in the bedroom sulking, or he said he had flu or something. And there was all that sort of stuff going on. But yeah, and I'm going through like bitchy comments, critical comments. Sometimes we can get together, can't we? Families. I'm not. And there's always an underlying tension. There's an atmosphere. There's I mean, I'm not going to say who in case they watch this, but somebody used to bait me come Christmas. I always thought it was an argument because I didn't know what baiting was, but I even went outside. I remember going outside to get away from it, and they followed me, and that's how you know it's not an argument. So if anybody needs to know, an argument is only an argument if all parties are free to walk away. If for whatever reason you're not free to walk away from an argument, then it's abuse. And sometimes it's physical. My ex used to lock the front door and hide the key so I couldn't get out. In a small flat, there was only one exit. Other people do it with emotional blackmail, emotional manipulation. so that you feel you can't leave, especially in relationships. And I've heard it from the side of the person that's forcing somebody to stay because they have what's the word, abandonment issues. That's it. And that's a thing. But you don't get to control other people. You don't get to tell people, well, you have to stay and finish an argument. No. Force someone to stay in an argument, that's abuse. Someone forces you to stay in an argument, that's not an argument, that's abuse. So I'm not really painting Christmas very well, am I? But look after yourself. Realise where these things are affecting you, whether you're over sacrificing, and what if anything is pulling you down, weighing you down. And as far as possible, we can work to eliminate it, can't we? We can work to get that out of our life. We can, maybe it's taking ourselves out of the situation, away from people, better boundaries. I always think it's good at Christmas if you're stuck in with family and you've got dysfunctional, toxic family, if you go at all. Going out for a very long walk is quite useful if the weather's okay, or having a quiet half an hour in the car with a book or something. Whatever you can do. Sit in the garage. Don't know where you are and what you're doing, but yeah, I'm sure not everybody's gonna have that, but if you do, there we are then.